Hello everyone. So today we are going to learn about next two functions of management. We are done with the planning, organizing, staffing and directing, and today we are going to learn about controlling, coordinating and controlling. So let us proceed. You can see here this is the last two functions which we are going to learn today. Okay, and today we are going to finish a chapter. So the fifth function, that is coordinating. What do you mean by coordinate? It can be, we can say that it is rightly treated as a essence of management. We can say essence means essential or important or need. Okay, coordination is a need of management. What is given here? It is essential at all the levels of management. It is important in all the level. We can say from top to middle, middle and lower, and the same manner lower to middle, middle to top. Okay, coordination is there, and it is the hidden force which binds all the function means which we learned, like planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. Coordination binds them. Okay, binds them. Can say it improves the performance of the organization by avoiding misdirection. Okay, coordination in Hindi we can say तालमेल बिठाना, साथ में काम करना is coordinating. To coordinate and to work together. It does not come automatically or by its own. It needs necessary efforts to be taken. Then only manager can achieve coordination. Okay, like you can see in the diagram here that activity of every employee is different. Activity of every department is different. Every department is working, their work is different, but the goal is same. Okay, unity of direction should be there. There should not be misdirection. One is going somewhere, one is going somewhere. No, their work may be differ from each other, but the target should be same, the direction should be same, as you can see in the picture. Okay, and wastage and brings unity of action in the organization. Okay, like we can say, we can take an example of purchase department and finance department. Okay, purchase department, like 12th E Limited company got an order for 1,000 shoes, for production of 1,000 shoes, for manufacturing of 1,000 shoes. They got order of 1,000 shoes. Okay, then now the work starts that the purchase of raw material will be there for production. Okay, purchase of raw material means purchase department comes here, the work of purchase department starts here. Okay, now the raw material will be purchased by purchase department. Okay, they have given order to some other company for raw material, and they have committed that they will be paying cash for raw material. Okay, understand this, that order of 1,000 shoes are there, and for that we need raw material, and for purchasing raw material, purchase department has given the order for raw material to companies who deals in raw material, and they also committed that we will be giving you cash for raw material. But here purchase department has given the commitment without consent or without permission or without discussion of with the finance department. Okay, can you understand something here? Okay, that purchase the raw material was of 50 lakhs. Suppose the bill of raw material was 50 lakhs and finance departments has budget only of 30 lakhs. What will be happen here? We have to pay 50 lakhs, but our budget is only 30 lakhs. Will the raw material company sell their raw material to us? No. That means it leads to cancel in order. That means it leads to loss for the organization. Why? Because there was no talmail, there was no coordination between purchase department and finance department. So coordinating helps to work together. Coordinating is working together. Coordinating is group efforts. Like every employee in the organization, they know each other. Okay, that their work is interlinked. Like here, the work of purchase department and finance department is interlinked. Okay, that's why they know that we need to work together. It is our need to work together to achieve the target. It is a duty to work together. Okay, so coordinating helps to getting work done. Okay, it helps for group efforts, and it does not come automatically. It needs effort to bring coordinating. Like you can see here, everyone is working differently, but they are working for the same goal. They are going in the same direction. This is coordinating. Okay, it is bringing all the resources together, all the efforts together, and maintaining harmony in the organization. Okay, so let us start with the importance of coordinating. The first important is encourages team spirit. Okay, team spirit, as we learned earlier, team spirit means group efforts. Okay, coordination encourages group efforts. How? That, as I told you, that everyone knows that their work is interlinked. They need each other. Okay, that's why they work together. They work in group. The group spirit, the teamwork is encouraged by coordination. What is given here? Coordination arranges the work in such a way that minimum conflicts are raised. Minimum conflicts means disagreement, grudges, disputes. Okay, there may be disputes between employer, between departmental heads, between employees. There may be conflicts, there may be some disagreement, but coordination helps them to work together to achieve the organizational objective. Okay, next one is gives proper direction. Proper direction means going in one direction. What is given here? Coordination integrates departmental activities. Integrates means come together. As you know, as you have seen in last slide, you can see in the diagram that all the group efforts are coming together. Coming together for what? For one target, for one goal. Okay, so the direction is one. They are going in one direction. So coordination gives proper direction to the organization. What is given here? It integrates departmental activities. Okay, common goal of the organization. The work is arranged in very systematic manner. That which work will be handled by whom? Who will be handling this particular work? And work is divided. Work is given to particular skilled employee. They will give better output. Okay, so coordination helps to give proper direction. Okay. Next one is facilitates motivation. Coordination gives an opportunity to the employee to take initiative. Initiative means to take first step or to add something new to your work. Okay, and brings creativity in the work and perform better. Okay, like organization or coordination, we can say it gives proper direction. Okay, now employee knows what to do. Okay, he will add his personal capability, he will add his personal ability to the work given to him. Why he will add his personal capability or ability? Why? Because he knows that if I work better, if I work in good manner, if I give more output, if I work in effective and efficient manner, what will be the result? I may get promoted, I may get some raise in salary, I may get some holiday package. Or accommodation means house from company. Okay, company gives house like quarters and all. Okay, that is accommodation. I may get that. So that gives motivation to employee, that if I am doing better, company can give me something extra from my salary. I may get incentives. Incentives means what you get apart from your salary. Okay, so this motivates the employee, and in turn they give monetary means money, monetary and non-monetary incentives from the organization. If they work good, they will get monetary returns, means they can get bonus, they can get commission, there may be increment in salary. Or non-monetary means family vacation or gym membership or free medical checkup. This all comes under incentives. So coordination facilitates motivation. It helps employee to work in better manner. Okay. Next is optimum utilization of resources. See, resources is of two types. We have learned till now. It is human and non-human. Human means manpower, employee, staff, workforce. Non-human means material, machines, money. Okay. So coordination helps to utilize the resources properly, because it knows what work should be given to whom and who will be performing what. Okay, it helps to bring all the resource of the organization together. It brings all the resource together, that is human or non-human, living or non-living, human or physical. Okay, it helps to minimize the objective of resources in the organization. Okay, here the resources or the optimum utilization of resources are here. That means the gap is fulfilled here. There is no gap between what is actual plan and what is standard plan. So due to coordination, there is optimum utilization of resources. And next one is achieve organizational objective. It helps to reduce wastage, delays of the organization problem. What may be organization problem? It may be delay in work, it may be wastage of resources, it may be idle time of employees. So that can be correct by the coordination. Company can take corrective action with the help of coordination, that how to solve these problems. Okay, it ensures smooth working of the organization in the process of achieving the objective of the organization. With the help of coordination, it helps the organization to achieve their predetermined goals. Next one is improves relation. As we discussed before, that in company, in organization, every employer, every department are interlinked, means they depends on each other. Their work is dependent on each other. They cannot handle everything one-handed. Okay, it helps employee to build strong relation among them and achieve the given targets. Example, we may take example that sales department works according to production department. How much products are produced? For that we need to sell. Okay, sales department works according to production department, and production department depends on purchase department. Understand this, sales department depends on production, that when production will be there we can sell our product, and production department depends on purchase department, means when the raw material is purchased by purchase department, then only it is given to production department for further process. So here we can say coordination between departments should be there. Coordination helps to improve relation, like sales department know that they need production department. Production department knows that they need purchase department. Okay, so here coordination should be there, and with the help of coordination the final output comes. Okay, and very important that coordination not only helps in achieving targets, but it also helps in building healthy relations between employees, between departmental heads. Okay. Next one is leads to higher efficiency. Higher efficiency means, okay, when you get higher efficiency, when you are having low cost and higher returns. Low cost means low cost of production, means whatever money is used for production was low, and your selling price, at what price, at what cost you are selling your product, that means higher returns. Suppose your production cost of production is 100 rupees, example of 1 unit is 100 rupees, you are selling that product at 200 rupees. What is the difference here? It is 100 rupees, means 100 rupees is the profit of 1 unit. Are you getting it? When the return is high, what we are getting against a product, when the return is high and the cost is low, what will happen? The company can earn profit at that time. And why company is earning profit? Why the production, the cost of production is low? Because the utilization of resources was to the fullest, to the optimum level. Because the resources was used to its optimum level, that's why the cost of production was low. And because the cost of production was low, the selling price was high. The difference between cost price and selling price was high. That means it's lead to higher efficiency. Okay, because of coordination, with the help of coordination, efficiency can be achieved very easily. Next one, improves goodwill. Okay, as we discussed in last point only, that coordination helps in higher efficiency. So because of higher efficiency, because of low cost of production, because of higher returns, what will be the impact of that company on market? What impact or what image that company will frame in market? Of course, the company will, if the cost is high, if production cost of production is low, but what we are getting in return is high, what will happen? The higher efficiency can be achieved. Okay, that means when the higher efficiency is achieved, when a company is going in profit, that means the price of the share of that company's, the share price of that company will also boom, will also go high. And when the share price of company goes high, of course, the goodwill of that company increases. Why goodwill is increasing? Why efficiency level is achieved? Why share price of shares are going high? Because of coordination, because working together, because of group efforts. Because of group efforts, production cost of production is low. Because of group efforts, we are getting higher returns, and due to that increase in profit, and due to increase in profit there is increase in share price, and of course when the share price of company go high, we can improve the goodwill. Okay, it reflects on the market value of the shares, as well as it helps in building good image in the society. When the goodwill of company goes high, that means in that particular society, the image of company also goes high. Okay, next one is unity of direction. As we discussed before, that everyone should go in one direction, then only the targets can be achieved. If everyone, if purchase department is doing something else, production something else, sales something else, what will happen? Will the goal can be achieved? No. That means with the help of coordination, unity of direction is there. Different activities are performed by different departments. Of course, coordination gives proper direction to all the departments. Every department is working differently, but they need to have one direction, one goal. They need to follow one plan. Okay, they need to go in one direction with the help of coordination. Next one is specialization. All the department of the organization are headed by specialized professional in their respective fields. Means the departmental heads are professional. They know how to work. They are very perfect in their work, and they know that we need each other. Like we took an example of purchase and finance. Okay, they know that we need each other, so they will have coordination among them. Like sales department, purchase department, production department, they know they need each other. Okay, so for that they need coordination. They need to have coordination in them. So coordination also helps in specialization of the employees, specialization of the departmental heads. Okay, so here we finish our coordination, and next function is very important. This is the last function of management, and it is very important function. Okay, management function starts with planning and ends with controlling. Means, as we know that the function starts from planning and the last function is controlling. Function of management starts from planning and ends to controlling. It is an important function that ensures that there is effective and efficient utilization of organizational resources so as to achieve the planned goals. Controlling ensures that there is effective and efficient utilization are there to achieve the plan. Okay, this effectiveness of planning function can be determined with the function of controlling. Okay, the effectiveness of planning function can be determined with the function of controlling. Means, how effective is the plan? We can judge it from controlling. Okay, it is the function of comparing the actual performance with a predetermined standard performance. In short, controlling means to compare. To compare what? To compare actual output and to compare planned output. Actual output means actual work which is done, which is finished, and planned output means which we plan. Okay, suppose if we take an example here, it is planned that plan was framed. Okay, plan was framed that in 6 months at least 10,000 unit of XYZ should be produced. Okay, in 6 months 10,000 units should be produced. It is the plan. But after 6 months, if we compare, but the actual performance was that only 8,000 units were produced. Here you can see plan was of 10,000 units. Okay, and what is done? What is actual performance? That is 8,000 units. Means difference is there. So where we went wrong? What should be the remedial measures? What should be the corrective action should we take to fulfill this gap? Is controlling. Okay, it is comparing standard performance. Standard means what you thought of or what is your plan and what is actually done. See, we learned about all the functions of management. We'll start from starting. Planning means we have made plan, we have framed plan, we have organized resources according to that. Whatever was needed, we arranged it in organizing. Then we put employees, we hired employees according to the plan, according to the resources. We hired employees. Okay, and after hiring them, after giving them jobs, we guided them indirectly. Okay, we gave them direction, we guided them, and in coordinating we helped them to work together. All the 5 functions are done. After coordination, work is done, work is finished here. But then comes controlling. Means all the 5 functions are done. Planning is done, organizing done, staffing done, directing done, and coordination done. Work is finished. 8,000 units are produced. But what was the plan? The plan was production of 10,000 units. Means here comes the here starts the work of controlling where we went wrong. We planned for 10,000 units. keeping in mind resources we have, keeping in mind money we have, keeping in mind employees we can hire, keeping in mind how we can explore our business, we decided to have 10,000 unit. But what was the actual performance? What was the actual output? That was 8,000 unit. Means something went wrong between these two units, right? So what measures should be taken? What should be done to fill in the gap here? To bridge a gap here. Okay, that is controlling. Example, like we can take an example that you have decided in your 11 that I will be that I want to score 95%, 90 above percent. I want to have 90 above percent. But in your 11th you got only 75%. There is a big difference. So in 12th also, will you repeat the same mistakes which you did in your 11th? Will you repeat the same routine? Will you repeat the same study pattern? Will you repeat the same timetable for your studying? No. You will take corrective action to correct your output. That what I decided and what the actual percentage came. I decided for 90%, but I got only 75%. So here difference is there. To fulfill that difference, we have a function that is controlling. Okay. We'll start with the importance of controlling. It is fulfilling goals of the organization. The goal was of 10,000 unit. Okay. So controlling helps to fulfill goal of the organization. What measures should be taken? What corrective action should be taken? How to correct our mistakes? That is done in controlling. If we are correcting our mistake, of course the goal can be achieved very easily. Controlling function helps to measure the progress towards organization goals and points out the deviation. Deviation means difference between standard performance, what we have planned, and difference between actual performance, what we got. Okay, you planned for 90% and you got 75%. So measure should be taken to fulfill this difference. Okay, if any, and then suggest the corrective action towards the fulfillment of the goals. Okay, next one is making effective utilization of resources. By using controlling techniques, the manager helps to reduce wastage and spoilage of the resources. How? Because of controlling there is no wastage of resources, because as we learned till now, because here we can see difference was there, 90, 75, 10,000, 800 units, right? So where we are going wrong? What wastage we are doing? Is employees are having idle time? Is there delay in completion of work? That should be taken into account. That means resources which are getting wasted, okay, that will be put in use because of controlling. So controlling makes efficient utilization of resources. Next one is motivate employees. How it motivate employees? Once the organizational objective are achieved, then employees are rewarded with monetary and non-monetary incentives. This motivation helps the employee to perform more better in future. As we discussed many a times till now, that motivation is given to employees, financial motivation, non-financial motivation, monetary motivation, non-monetary motivation, so that their work can be improved. Okay, if they got to know that where they are going wrong, if their work is corrected or their mistakes are corrected, they will do it in better manner from next time. So controlling also helps in motivating the employees. Next one is ensures order and discipline. Ensures order and discipline. Order means whatever order is given to you, you are following it. Okay, order and discipline means whatever orders or rules or regulations of the company, order, rules and regulation are followed by the employees. That is order and discipline. That is following of order and discipline. Regular checking is done by the authorities concerned with preventive action. It is taken to avoid any deviation in already set target. Preventive action means what? Taking action. How we can prevent the mistake, how we can prevent the resources. Regular checking is done by the authorities concerned with preventive action. Preventive actions are taken by the authorities, that where we are going wrong and what we need to correct. Okay, so that order is given to them. Like we can say standard are set. Okay, standard is set that in a day every employee needs to manufacture 100 boxes every day. That means standard is set and employee needs to follow that. They means they are following order, they are following rules, that means they are following discipline. Standard is given to them and employees need to follow that. That is ensures order and discipline. Next one is facilitates coordination. Here we can say controlling facilitates coordination. Okay, coordination between heads of department can help to find out any deviation. Means what departments are there? Suppose purchase department, sales department, production department. They are departmental heads, and if any difference comes between actual performance and standard performance, it comes in minds of the departmental heads, and they can find difference there, that what we planned for and what is actually happening here, what difference is coming between actual performance and standard performance. That comes in the mind of departmental heads, and they can take corrective action, remedial measures there, so that desired result can be achieved. So controlling also facilitates coordination. Okay, next one is psychological pressure. Psychological pressure means mental pressure. Okay, control pressure puts a psychological pressure on individual to perform better. Means what? That every employee knows that whatever work they are doing, that will be evaluated, that will be checked. If work is checked, they know that I have to work better, because my work will be checked, and if I am doing in good manner, I will get incentive, I will get returns, maybe raise in salary, maybe promotion. So keeping that in mind, keeping that psychological pressure in mind, they work in better manner, because they know that their work will be checked. Controlling is to compare the given work and compare with the finished work. Comparison with the finished work. Work is given to employees. Okay, work is given to them. Whether they are doing the work according to that or not, that will be checked in controlling function. Okay, so because of this, because they know, employees knows that their work will be evaluated, then only they will have psychological pressure, and due to that psychological pressure, they will work in better manner. They will give best of their abilities to work better, to achieve organizational goal. Next one is ensures organizational efficiency and effectiveness. Okay, proper control ensures organizational efficiency and effectiveness, and organization is effective if it is able to achieve the desired objective. Of course, till now you have understood this point, that how controlling ensures efficiency and effectiveness. Like we took an example of 10,000 unit and 8,000 unit. Why the difference is coming, where we are going wrong, what wastage we are doing, why delay is there in the completion of work, that will be controlled. Okay, in controlling function, that means the whatever output will come, that will be because of efficiency and effectiveness. Okay, next one is builds good corporate image. If we have controlled our work, if we have controlled our problem, if we have controlled our mistakes, we have taken corrective action, what will be the result? What will be the final output? That we will achieve the set plan, we will achieve the standard plan. If the standard plan is achieved, what will happen, that it will create a good image of the society, of organization on the society. As we have discussed that if cost of production is low, returns are high, what will happen? The company will earn profit, and if the company is earning profit, the share price of that company goes high, and when the share price goes high, the goodwill improves. That means when the goodwill improves, means the image of the company improves in the eyes of society, in market. Okay, so due to controlling, because we have controlled our mistakes, because we have corrected our mistakes, that's why we are able to improve our goodwill, that's why we are able to improve our corporate image. What is given here? Controlling function helps to improve the overall performance of the organization. Okay, this builds a good corporate image by bringing goodwill for the business. Mistakes are controlled, everything is controlled now, everything is going according to plan. Goals can be achieved properly. If goals are achieved properly, effectively, efficiently, the image of the company goes high in the eyes of society, or company can compete in the market now. Okay, next one is acts as a guide. Okay, controlling function provides set of standard performance. Okay, means wherever we are going wrong, we are getting controlled there. Manager as well as subordinates work according to it. What work is given to them, what standard of work given to them, that you need to manufacture 100 boxes. They know that I need to manufacture 100 boxes a day. So guidance is given to them according to manufacturing of that 100 boxes. What will be the effect? Of course, the company will raise in profit. Controlling function acts as a guide to everyone. It helps to improve our mistakes. It helps to improve our or where we are going wrong. It helps to improve us, and it helps to take remedial measures. Okay. So here we are done with coordinating and controlling. Hope you all got all the 6 functions of management. That was planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating and controlling. Hope you all got it. Now we finished our second chapter also. Okay. So students, stay home and study.